All right, so we're running.
You'll throw my results if you die too fast. Buy armor.
All right, so we're running Zedternal. So what we want to do is get rid of all of our starter weapons and start at the very beginning. You're going to go to the perk menu and you're going to start buying stuff. You're going to target Spartan first from the Berserker range. Now you can re-roll the skills that you can get here. So what you're going to do is you're going to pay. I have 10 minutes set to do this, so we're going to run this until we can get Spartan, and you can re-roll, but it costs a lot of money to do that. So I usually will go this far, but if I don't see Spartan lit up here and only these skills available, then I'll just re-roll the skills. So we'll do this again. There's Spartan. I just go ahead and finish it off. Now we know that it's up there. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to target Whirlwind of Death right here from Gunslinger. This is a talent that makes you fire really, really fast. So what we're going to do is we're going to target it, see if we can get it. In the first round, we do get it. So we're just going to max this out to get the rest of the stuff on there and clear that out. Okay, next thing you're going to do is you're going to go to Commando. You're going to target a Tactician. This one makes you also fire very, very fast and reload very quickly as well. What we're going to do is we're going to continue to run it. Now, it can get really bad with the RNG because what will end up happening is you may not end up getting it. And if you don't end up getting it, then what will end up happening is you have to re-roll those skills, and they cost a lot of money to do that. It doesn't feel like a lot of money at first, especially when you're starting out with 90,000 dosh. But at the same time, if you're not careful, you can run out very, very fast, and then you end up starting with nothing. So just make sure you're doing it because you still have to buy weapons. All right, so we got it that time. All right, now we've got everything that we've already decided to get. So now we can just kind of target the rest of the stuff. Next thing you want to go after is survivalist. You're aiming for strength here so that you can carry more ammo and more weapons. So what we'll do is we'll do the buy and see if it pops up. Doesn't go up there, it doesn't go up there. There it is. Now we can just max it out because we know the important one is already available. All right, now we got to target what we went after. So there's the Whirlwind of Lead. And also make sure you don't click this button because that can end up very, very problematic and you leave out of here without anything on there. I just had that happen a little while ago. So again, make sure you should have all the money to buy as many of the skills as you need. Make this a little bit easier to see so you have that selected there. Just make sure you buy the skills first and then you start working on the weapons. Notice that we started out with 90,000. We're already down to 60,000 dosh. So it should have plenty to get started with, but you won't have enough to get everything that you'll eventually need. We're starting at wave 25, so this is a little bit tough. So we're going forward here, getting everything that we need here. And that should get us what we have now. Remember, you only have certain situations here. So we're going to go back to this section called equipment upgrades. You can skip this, skip this, skip this. So there's no real fall date. It all depends on where you're playing. So just keep that in mind. What you want to do is you want to target these two right here. But notice they're pretty pricey. I mean, it doesn't look pricey when you have 40,000, but eventually it starts building up. So you get those. Those are the ones you target the most. So if you have any extra, you can do that. The weapon upgrades are very expensive too. So we're going to close this menu. I'm going to go back in, and now we got to buy. Now everything should be available in here that you want to buy. So what you want to do is just target something that's going to fit your play style, but also is going to pack a punch. So what I will usually do is I'll buy this guy here, and then I will also buy the medic RPG because that puts out a lot of power. You can shoot it really fast, and it all depends on what the RNG is going to do for you for the upgrades that you can get to it. Now, that's different than what you would normally have. So you notice you don't have the upgrade selection here with each one that you can. You have to upgrade it from the perk menu again. So go into your weapon upgrades. So there's these two right here. Notice how you have certain ones. There's also different ones that can load up in here, like damage to flesh pounds, reload speed, tactical speed, all of that stuff. That's all in here. But damage is always in there. So you want to max that out because this will be your prime weapon or whatever prime weapon you choose. Any perk can use this because there's no real perks here. You're buying all the perks at this point. All right, so now we've got that done. Now, this is my secondary weapon, so I'm going to try to max it out as best I can. Notice we're already down to 32,000, and it should be about like 6 minutes left on our timer. So you don't have a lot of time to make these decisions. I'm going to get some reload speed, rate of fire. Now, it's going to seem godly what you have here, but if you're starting at wave 25, there's a reason. All right, so we still got some perk upgrades we can grab here. So I'm going to grab some from in here. Oh, that's another thing. Close this menu.
You'll throw my results if you die too fast. Buy armor.
Something you also want to grab is a drone. You will be happy you did later. But you notice now we're down to 23,000. So it's going quick, guys. It doesn't stick around. Like, you will end up running out of money if you're not careful, and then you won't be able to do anything. So here we go. This guys, now see, you have an option here. Notice how expensive this stuff is. It didn't look pricey before when you had 90,000, but now you've got like this stuff in there, and it's gonna get crazy. Like, you don't have the money to upgrade anymore. Like 7,000, 6,000. Like, if you want to get any more skill upgrades, understand that they're going to be pricey later on down the road. So just keep that in mind. Everything that's out here, I mean, you can do some research into these guys, but the ones you always want to those ones you always want to go after are the Berserker. You want to get the Spartan. Tempest is great too. Uh, Speedloader, Skirmisher would have been great to have here. That's a very fast mover. And then, of course, Whirlwind of Lead lets you shoot very, very fast during Z time. Okay, so then in Gunslinger, we just went over that. The Tactician helps you reload at normal speed during Z time, so you always want to have that in there. And then the Survivalist, the Strength lets you carry extra weapons. For example, the drone that we were talking about. And so now we've got to select our grenade. I always go with the meta grenade because it's always a way to get damages enemies over time, and it also gives you health as well. You can change that around as you go. It gets crazy. Like, it's going to get very, very crazy in here. All right, so this last few minutes, I'm going to see if I can buy some last minute skills that are available. I don't think there's anything out there, so jeez, like, look at how fast that money just goes. It just goes so darn fast. And the thing about it is, you will need all of this stuff. You will need all of it. It doesn't sound like it. Like, you make me believe that you're
Armor will
on.
help you keep your insides
It
in.
makes you believe that you're going to
Most people
have
prefer that.
like a lot of this godlike power, but it's not really all that. So we've got 2 minutes and 21 seconds. So I'm going to set up some drones here. And again, I got 3-4 drones. It
Everything has
ain't going to be
become
enough.
very small and shiny.
It is not going to be enough. Now, you see how fast we reloaded there? That's how that's how crazy it can get. All right, so we're going to move around, grab some ammo that we can see around here. I think I have extra capacity ammo also from Survivalist, which allows you, when you grab one, it gives you double the amount that you would normally have. You're going to need every last bit of it. Okay, so we're at wave 25, and this is already, things have already gotten crazy. This is wave 25, it's not wave 1. So understand, all hell is coming this way. It's not like anything you've ever seen before. So I'm going to do something stupid and hit the skip trader vote. This is going to start the wave. Behold what is going to come at you here.
Wave 25.
121 enemies. Not too bad, not the worst. All right, dead bodies are floating. That's one of the buffs they come. All right, we got some Flesh Pound Omegas coming up. We're all right. The drones are handling them okay. It's not too bad. Okay, we're good. We're under control. But the last one I played, it was pretty bad. So you can see there's not a whole lot rolling out at us. Some Flesh Pounds. You upgrade stuff, this goes okay. But again, we're at level 25. You can sometimes end up with bosses spawning here. We were fortunate we got a buff. They're just coming out 95%, so I'm not too upset about that. The drones can pretty much do it. And then usually when it's a map like this, just let the drones cook. Yeah, like, if you know, oh shit, see, a little thing like that and the game is over. You just get knocked off the bridge and that's all. All right, let's see if the actual game will start again. It's just me here, so I'm thinking that I should be able to make this work. If the map vote doesn't work, then you have to restart the server, which is kind of annoying, but we'll see how it goes. I had 2 instances of the server running earlier, and for some reason it ended up connecting me to the other one. Oh, we got this. Okay, no, the Squantum Mary works. Okay, so it looks like it came back on. The Zedternal Reborn is working. So, yeah, we're gonna do this again and see how this goes.
Spend your Josh, imbeciles, before I decide to shut the pod.
Also, there's this
After
link in
Folter,
here, or
you
this
can
the
never be
scoreboard
warm
will
enough.
normally show you where your level is. If you see on the far left there, it says level 0. You want that up as high as you can go before the game starts.
You'll throw my
It
results if you
increases
die
with how
too
many perks you
fast.
pick up.
Buy armor.
Again, we are targeting Spartan here. Nothing in there, so of course we're going to reload. God, it hurts to have to re-roll this early, but like you have to have it. It's required. It's already down at 73,000. There it is, finally. Okay, now you want to target the whirlwind of lead. It's all random, so you have to wait until you hit it on one of these, and if you just don't get it, you might as well just re-roll. You could get it on the deluxe, but that's not, which gives it a little bit of a bonus, but that's not always guaranteed. So let's see, did it give it to me? It did not. That hurts because now we got to go back to it. And you also have what is show available and purchased. What you've already purchased, what you have available keeps things organized. In the first round, you get that extra time to do this. You don't have it in the more round. You only have like a minute and 30. So we'll do that. 20. Did you see how much that was? Look at how much time I have, or how much Dosh I have left. That's hardly anything. What we started out with, and we didn't even get it. 51,000. Every time you do it, it goes up, and now you don't even have the money to do it. So wow, that's pretty much it at that point. See, that's why you want to kind of re-roll early. Otherwise, it just goes to pieces, and then you're like, what are you going to do at that point? Without those skills, it's a mess. Now, what's even worse is you can't. There's not a whole lot more that you can buy here because your money is so low. If you're not careful, and the RNG can screw you over sometimes, you just got to go with whatever is out there because now you got to buy the skills too. The skills aren't cheap. So you can get Spartan out of this, and that's just something useful. And Tempest is helpful as well. This gives you all 20 increased damage 20% while moving. Like at this point, like you're not going to get any more money. It's gone. So now you've got to figure out what to do now. See if you can get to Tactician. There it is. You got lucky there. So Tactician is available. All right, we got all this. Now we only got 18,000. Now we got to buy.
How many
Now we got to buy
bullets do you
guns.
have?
So if you don't
Enough.
use time to buy
Didn't
guns,
think
like
so.
who knows what's going to end up happening to you? So you've got to prioritize the medic missile. So that's in there now, and then you also got to prioritize something that'll shoot these guys up close. Okay, but what the heck do you do now? Like, there's only 15,000 Dosh left. You still have to buy a drone. You may not be able to get the drone. Try to go after what you think is going to help you the most. The stumble effect doesn't really worry right now. You could probably pay that up later, but you want reload speed up in the high. So you get that as soon as you can. So the next thing is the damage. Get the damage up as much as you can. Again, it's a lot of money. Like I said, it doesn't look like a lot of money at first, and then all of a sudden you do 2 rerolls, 3 rerolls, and all of a sudden it's gone. But you got to get those skills. That's the problem. You have to get them. All right. So then the next thing we've got is 4,250. Did we get strength? I think we might have gotten strength.
You think that's enough bullets? Really?
So going in strength, going here. Do we have enough money for the drone? We do. It's not that expensive, but we still have to fill all of our stuff up. All right, well, we got more deals. And now we have to upgrade the drone. I don't know if we will be able to do this. We didn't get this either. And out of money now. And you won't be able to upgrade the drone either. So what the hell do you do? Right? You're going to have to figure something out. And there is some money in here. And that'll be it. You got one, maybe two. You won't be able to upgrade beyond that. All right, so you got some ammo here.
Found a weapon.
I mean, it's almost worth grabbing this and selling it. So that way we can actually do something. There's another one over to the other side too.
I gave you money. Spend it or whatever.
And then just make sure you don't sell anything you absolutely don't want to.
The trader pod design is not terrible. Horsey did okay.
Okay, we got some armor to work with.
This heat feels good.
Oh, there's another shovel. We just don't have the strength to grab it, so let's go. I mean, it's something. But if you don't have what you need, like look at this. I only have one shot of this now. The drone is not going to be enough. Well, let me show you exactly what I'm talking about. Now I'm going to get off this bridge so I don't get blown off the side anymore.
Wave 25.
There we go.
By my calculations,
And we're spawning a boss already.
Would you like to be part of an electrical circuit? Isn't plasma intriguing?
Oh, it's so bad. That is so bad. This will be over with before we have that opportunity.
Electricity has great potential for serious burns or death. Plasmas are useful in a large number of
The good news is that it's not spawning anything. Sometimes it gives you a break.
Part of an electrical circuit. Effectively utilizing plasma is
Jesus.
art. Don't gloat yet. Come, my Edar. Attack! I wouldn't get overconfident. Come, my Edar. Attack!
You can put some serious.
Daddy, how do I get through to you?
The good news is, did you hear that? The good news is that the EDARs are getting stuck by the drone right now.
I have a whole warehouse of those. From lightning strikes.
Oh, but it's getting worse. Now the Omega Strikes are up, or the Omega Flesh Pounds are up.
Edar evasion protocols appear to be disappearing before your eyes. As you can see, I have all the latest.
Don't have any power, and that's it. So you see what can happen when you don't have the money to back you up. If you don't get the upgrades, it gets over with quickly. So that's kind of how Zedternal works in a nutshell. This is starting at wave 25. Naturally, at the server mod, I can drop it down if I need to and make it a little bit easier for one-on-one. But like, you can get a lot of power on the front end, but it may not help you out at the back end. So I hope this tutorial is kind of an idea of how to work with Zedternal and make it, a little bit better. And hopefully you get more people, you get more power, and then you all hit God mode at the same time, and it's almost an auto win. But it still gets challenging because if you're just considering 25, 35, you have unlimited waves to choose from. So you can go from 25 to 35. You can start at 30 to 40. I've done that before, and it doesn't go well. Like, even with full upgrades on everything that's out there, the Zeds still have, all these buffs that they can use. And sometimes you can even have multiple bosses spawning in the map. We're not talking like, and the only way it ends is when you hit that last wave. Otherwise, you could just practically run endless the whole time, and it just will take you, 10, 20 hours to finish it up, which, get boring after a while. But, I usually will run a 10 stack of waves to do this, and you go from there. But yeah, that's all that I've got for this tutorial. Hope it was very helpful, and we'll see you when we start it up again.